It's not about you. Nothing in your team is about you. You may be a rainmaker, you may be that, but if you want to truly have a good real estate team with a great culture, make it about them.
Welcome back to CashFlow, podcast where we talk about turning properties into profits. I'm super excited. Today's guest, Afroditi Aguilar. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here.
Look, like we're going to get off and running, but I got to do the basics first. Like, okay, so Afroditi Aguilar, Dean Aguilar group.
Yep.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about how you got in the industry, just how long, and like, how did you find yourself here?
So hospitality. So I literally was, when I was 15 years old, I started hostessing at a restaurant.
Yes.
Like literally 15 years old, like taking people to tables.
Wait, not in California?
No, I was actually in North Carolina then. Grew up in DC, lived in Florida for a little while, ended up in North Carolina and was there 15 years old, started hosting at a restaurant. Kind of worked my way through there, college, couple years, decided I like make money better. So I went and I bartended for years.
True.
Met my husband. I moved back to DC, met my husband in DC. We got together like 2006, 2007. He was in real estate.
Nice.
Market crashed, lost everything. We were like, we were dating, had no kids, no real ties. And he was like, hey, what do you think about going west? I was like, let's try it out. Came out to LA first, checked it out, loved it. 75 degrees in January.
Right.
I went back home. It's like freezing, ice on the tarmac, couldn't get off the plane, was like, screw it, we're out. 2 months later, packed up our everything we had, threw it in the back of a U-Haul and came west. And then I was working in restaurants. I was managing restaurants. I was about to get this massive promotion. I was pregnant and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to work 13, 14-hour days anymore. Being a general manager of a restaurant, getting into a district manager. I don't want to do it. It just wasn't my passion anymore. And then he was like, look, you're going to do great at sales. Come do real estate with me. And I'm like, can I do that? Can I really work with my husband?
Can I do that? Oh, can I really work with my husband?
Can I work with my husband? Like, we're both alphas.
Ooh,
I'm a Greek woman who's an alpha. He is a strong alpha male. So it's like, how do we do this? I had to suck it up and learn for the first year. And he had to teach me how to like role play with him. Right. Like phone calls. Yes. So funny, but like created it and we came over. And when I came out of the business, I had 3 months. I had 90 days worth of money. And I was like, in 90 days, I have to go back and get a 9-to-5 or a restaurant gig. So I have 90 days to make it.
I love that.
Yeah. And I did 28 deals my first year.
No net. No walking with no net.
Nope.
90 days of money. Oh, by the way, we did 28 deals my first year.
Mm-hmm. I did 28 deals. He did his own deals, but I did 28 deals myself. So I was like, I had no clue how to write a contract until literally.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, he did it. He did like 20. I think he did like 30 that year. So we had a killer year. But like, yeah, it was bananas. I didn't even know how to write a contract. I was like,
I love it. I love it. I see too many people like, oh, I'm working part-time and doing real estate. No, just get out there and do it.
Go all in.
Yeah.
You can do it. Like it can be done, but you just can't have like, if you're going to do the half and half, if you're going to do part-time, you have to treat your part-time job like a part-time job and you have to treat real estate full-time.
Yeah.
So every waking moment, like you have to do it.
Let's talk mentorship. Is that it? Or do you guys look outbound again?
Yeah, we have a ton of outbound mentors. So when we first started, we were big in Tom Ferry, which was awesome. Right, and Tom Ferry got us to the point that we needed to get to build our team, doing the right things, lots of the training. We went out. Sharon is Sharon Shrivat's a very close friend of ours, very great mentor of ours.
You're name dropping like everybody else. I'm like, right? Is it yes, more of that, more of that.
Yeah, I mean, Sharon's amazing. He's a really great friend. Like Dean and him have done businesses together. So like he's a great mentor for us because sometimes you just need an extra person to bounce an idea off of.
Yes.
Dean is the one that I always go to though. And I'm like, got an idea. What do you think? Hey, how would you handle this situation? He's probably the one person I can say, like, if I need it. And sometimes it's over coffee in the morning. I'm like, got this situation. What do you think? We'll bounce ideas. And he's my number one.
I haven't asked you this before, but like real quick, segue this. Husband and wife working together. Pro con real quick. What do you think?
I can tell you what you have to do to make it work.
Okay.
You have to have communication.
Okay.
And you have to have very clearly defined roles.
Yeah, okay.
So like, yeah, we get on each other's nerves every once in a while. We'll jock for position every once in a while, but the majority of the time is we both have the same goal. Right. And we communicate that goal constantly. So we're like, hey, this is where we want to be. Here's the end zone. Like, how do we get there?
Right.
Here's the finish line. How do we get there as quick as possible? And we both respect each other's opinions, ideas, and That's the only way it works.
Yeah.
The cons, of course, is like you have two alphas. Of course, you're going to butt heads from time to time.
You never get a break from each other?
You never get a break. But we do have offices on like opposite side. Like, and we do.
I love that.
We run at different things though. See, that's
Right.
the thing is because the problem is if you run at the same thing,
thing.
you're constantly going to be like this.
Right.
But like I have my roles. He has his roles.
Right.
Like I run operations. He oversees a lot. I bounce ideas off of him. He will then run with that idea or veto it because he does that shit a lot. Like, but it happens because you need to have somebody who will poke holes in your stuff.
Is it I do this because I'm passionate or I do this because I'm better at it? Like, how do you choose your roles when it comes down to like, you're going to do this, I'm going to do this?
So for him, he really enjoys I enjoy operations. I enjoy making things work.
Right.
And I enjoy overseeing things like that. He enjoys the coaching, the training, the development. And
Got
then
it.
he is like the last, I guess you would say he's like the last line of like, we get to this point, like I said, he pokes holes in things. Like if something's going to go wrong, he wants to poke holes and be like, what's the solution for this?
Right.
What's the solution for that?
Love
And
that.
then we go back to the drawing board. That's where we've just found passion in both of our roles.
I appreciate you segueing over there because a lot of people they may want to, but they could not work with their significant other. And it's great to hear somebody who's been successful at it for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
To, give a little roadmap on how to do
You just
that.
gotta have communication. It's the solution for everything.
Everything,
I think it's a solution for everything in marriage. Like that's what it is. It's
true.
You have to communicate. You have to over communicate. If you're feeling something, you got to communicate it.
Yeah.
If you talk through it, like whatever, you just have to talk. You have to communicate it. Too many people hold it in.
In every one of my offices, in the conference room, the first thing, it's core values on the top is commitment to effective communication.
Love it.
It's the only way to, number one, it's the only thing we can all personally control.
Yep.
I can control being able to, how quickly I got back to you, how quickly or how I addressed like what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking,
Right.
how clearly I articulate the problems I'm having or what I want to do. Like that's what I can control.
Yep.
I may not control like if the mailman doesn't show up or, X, Y, and Z, but I can control how I communicate.
Yeah.
And that's why it's number one. And the
Exactly.
way you described it in a marriage, which is fundamental to everything else we're doing.
Anything. Yeah. Too many people hold their emotions in, and rather than like, and you have to understand, again, I'm a fiery Greek woman, so like I will explode sometimes, but like it's understanding how to get that out before you get to that point. Too many people hold it in business as well. I think that's how agents get like this.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, just talk in the beginning, and
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal.
No, you're 100% right. Speaking about agents and communication, like again, I want to ask you about your investment philosophy, but I kind of want to skip just for a second and go, look, you and Dean could have done this on your own. Why a team? Why your passion to build such a super team? Not like 2 agents, like a super team.
Like, yeah.
Like 100 plus agents, yes?
100 plus, yeah. We thought about doing it. It's really funny. We thought about we had started our team with the idea, like everybody was like, oh, the team's going to make us so much money. Like, we can. And then
everybody's a dollar figure.
Everybody's a dollar. Everybody has a dollar on figure on them. This is
Right.
what they are. They're all going to do this. And then there was a moment where it was like, it wasn't joyful for us anymore. Like that part of the business became not joyful. We're like, ugh, I'm holding these people who don't want to do more than like 8 to 10 deals a year to 25 deals. I'm letting people go. I'm firing them every other week. Like it's stupid. Like it wasn't joyful. That part isn't joyful for me. What's joyful for me and what we actually sat down and like whiteboarded it. And we were like, what do we enjoy? We either go here, make a ton of money with just you and I, or we build this team based on the philosophy of people before profits.
Right.
How do we help the human component? Like we're changing people's lives day to day. And like every single time, that's one of our things we say to each other. We're going to change lives today. Yeah. That's like one of our mottos every morning. I'm like, high five, let's go change some lives. So like that was a huge one for me. And building our team, we went from like 30 people down to 10 and then rebuilt. And that's how we got to 100 by changing the idea of like, there's a dollar figure on it to like, how can I truly help this person?
I love it.
The individual, the family, the life, like all of the above. And how can I pour into everybody around me?
You hit the philosophy. So same again. It's people over profits.
People over profits.
Helping people. I'm sorry. I don't
No, you're good. It's people over profits. And it's like, I'm going to change some lives today.
I'm going to change lives today. Those two. God, that's so powerful, especially when you have 100 people rowing in the same direction.
Yep. Yeah.
How do you do it? Like,
it's my people.
Let's talk some basics.
It's my people. I could not do it without everybody on my leadership team. So we built out our team so that our team has a voice. I used to do one-on-ones with every single person when I was at like 12 to 20 people. It is impossible to do that. So we have the hierarchy. We have Gil, who's our sales director, who like our business would not be anything it is without him. We have Lou, who is like he has seven different
Seven
roles.
yeah.
He has 7 different roles, but
I thought he's the ambassador of fun. Honestly, like I see that guy like dapping up everybody, giving hugs, like
always
everybody
always.
loves him.
Yeah, he's amazing. We have Jamie, who's been with us forever. She's like actually our fun director.
Nice.
She does all of the events and things like that. She helps out with that. We've got like Allie, Fabio. I have pod leaders, so I have 8 of them, and they literally are like the first liaison from the team to them, and then they meet with me. So it's like a hierarchy where they have someone to go to. Nobody's ever too busy for them.
Sure.
And they all speak the same language as us. Like we do trainings for our leaders. Like we just did one a month ago, and we sit down and we talk about their goals. Like, are you where you want to be? Like, what do you want to change? What do you enjoy about your role? What do you not like about your role? Open communication. And I think I told you this before. The best ideas on my team don't come from Dean and I.
Which I love it. I love it. Bottom up refinement and bottom 100%. Up pointing out great ideas. And I'm going to get to an example of that. But what about when it's not so good? Like, and let's talk about an individual level or an individual first. But I want to talk about like, what about when the market changes a little bit? Like a couple years ago, like you could throw it at a wall and like 50 million offers would come in. When it changes, how are you coaching your agents? When the agent is not doing as well as they want to, how are you coaching them to be better?
Yeah, the training is really like, so training is always going to change. So you can't be a one-trick pony and train the exact same thing every time. So you have to modify that. During 2020, 21, 22, I was teaching them, hey, here's how you negotiate with agents to get your offers accepted. Now it's like, here, how do you negotiate with your buyers to communicate whatever's happening? How do you explain to buyers that it's smart to buy right now for them if it makes sense for them? And then like, it's different. Like you have to modify that coaching and that training. We hold people to their own goals.
Okay.
So this becomes really easy for accountability. You're not letting me down.
Yeah.
You're letting yourself down. So it's very, very easy for me to go back. And I'm like, because I don't. Like some people only want to do 10 deals a year.
Yeah.
Or they want to do 8 deals a year. I had someone on my team that wanted to do 5 deals a year. She's a mom. She's like, that's her capacity. Yeah. She was like a super sport mom. And I'm like, good for you. So how do I get you there?
Yeah.
How do I make sure that you make the amount of money that you want to make to support yourself? How do I get you there? And it's very, very easy to go to somebody and say, let's look at your numbers. Show me your work, what you've done.
Yep.
And I'm like, here's the accountability factor.
Right.
You're not letting me down.
Yeah.
Look at your numbers. Look at your goals. You're letting yourself down.
Yeah.
And people will be, it's a really big eye opener for people. And that's not what we were taught in the beginning.
Right.
In the beginning, we were taught like, get them to your numbers.
Yeah. Here's our company goals.
Yeah.
Here's what activities I need you to do for me.
No,
yeah.
It's you. It's like, how do I get you to where it is? Our goal this year is 850 transactions for this year.
That's a couple. That's a
How
few.
would we do it? It's because we have individual goals for all the agents. As a company, we wanted to increase 25%. Like, and that's year over year what we want to decrease. So if I do that, every single agent increases 25%, and we talk them through it. We're like, what if you did 10 last year? Why aren't you doing 15 this year?
Right. Right.
You do the same activities, and the market's turning. It's gonna be super easy. So it's taking the big scary and chunking it down to the daily activities too.
Let's talk more about culture, because I'm just hearing oozing of culture, and I want to talk about like, what is the culture at DAG? What is it that makes the people on board so special? Again, from afar, and knowing, several people there, everybody loves it. So what is the culture that makes it happen?
I mean, we're real people.
That helps.
We're just normal. We're just real normal people. Like, and we want people on the team to be their true, authentic selves.
Okay.
So like, I don't want you to come in. If you're not a suit and tie kind of person, don't fucking come in with a suit and tie.
Yeah.
I'm not like, dude, be happy I came in here and like, I wore decent sandals. I had on like sweatpants this morning. No, but like, do you, that's what I'm like. It's funny. That's a joke. That's a saying I had. It's do you do business.
Yeah.
Do you do business? Like, if you are your natural, if you are your authentic self, you're going to attract those people who want to do business with you.
Yeah.
So like, just be yourself, and the way that we coach and train is very personality based. Mm-hmm. So during our role plays, during our trainings, like if you are you and you're going with like role playing with somebody else who is them, then you're already, it's just like seeing somebody out in the wild, I would say, out in like, out in the field, out in real life. So like, don't change yourself for real estate. Don't pretend to be something you're not. If you hear something weird, say, hey, my personality hears that weird, and we're open to that. We're like, that didn't hit my ear right.
Yeah.
As an amiable, like I would be upset if you said that. As a driver, I would be bored if you said that. Like however it rolls. So I think that opens people up to just be themselves. And it becomes this great group of like 100 people who are all different and uniquely amazing.
I heard a great story from one of your agents.
I'm sorry.
That I interviewed
I'm just kidding.
a while ago. It was definitely, she talked about these legendary, are they Friday like role play type? Oh my God, where the people get in and the craziest role play conversations. She said that was the biggest key to set her up for success when she got in front of people, because like any practice, she had practiced it so many times. And then when she was out there talking with a prospect, like it came to fruition.
And we love to do things in a group setting because just like that, because this person may go, there's an objection or there's something, I don't really believe in objections. It's just questions that need to be answered, but something is handled during the role play. And then like, you have no idea how many times somebody will be like, oh my God, I got that same thing on a phone call.
Right.
Objections are cyclical, just like the market is cyclical. Like right now it's like, hey, interest rates are higher. Like, what are we going to do? Back then it was like, I can't get my offer accepted. So it's like, you're going to go through these things. So knowing you're ahead of it, you're role playing those objections. We're trying to get ahead. Like right now, our biggest one is like tariffs or like, how's the market? Like what's going to happen? The stock market, I lost my 401k, like all these things that are going on in the market right now are the things that we're handling now. So I'm not talking about multiple offers as much as I am this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it becomes really good because you watch people have their aha moment. Oh, that's so great for me when they're up there and they're role playing. Then you get they're like, oh, I get it. And I know how to handle it. And then they say it and then they roll it. And then like the whole crowd, the whole team will start applauding them, giving them high fives. Like, and there's people who get up there who aren't as confident.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the team is there to support them because like you have no idea how many times I've had people jump up there with them and just like put their arm around him, try to help them through it. You're not alone. We've all been here. I'm like, mine's the best. I had to role play with Dean, like with my husband. So I'm like, you'll never get worse than that.
He was just trying to break you apart.
I know. I was like, I don't know. Like, but
that's great.
Yeah.
And again, the answer is exactly what you're preaching. It's culture. It's family. It's support. I think we talked about this before. People say culture all the time, and then they do opposite of what's written on the wall, like all day long. They're just like, this is our culture, and then they're over here doing totally different. Every anecdote that we've talked about fits right into that. Family.
Yeah, always family.
And
I know we're not supposed to say it, and I know there's been like TED talks about it. Don't call them family, but I'm like, dude, this business, we get our teeth kicked in.
Yes.
Like you get your teeth kicked in. I joke about it, but your aunt is going to buy a house with somebody else.
Yep.
Your uncle listed his house with some random realtor, and you're going to get your teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
You've taken a deal to the finish line, and you're going to lose it right there.
Yeah.
And we talk about it, but I'm like, the only way you get through it is by having the support to know who can you like cry to, who can you have your 5-minute funeral to, who can you like deal with over here, and then know that you can get right back out there.
Then let's use this. Give me an example of how the team and the way the culture set up at DAG helped make a change for the better.
Oh my God, amazing. So I can give you 2 stories. I have 2 team members, Q4. They were getting their teeth kicked in.
Got it.
They're my top 2 January people. But it's I'm just going to say it.
I'm
not even going to lie it. It's Sarah and Jamie. Like they were killing it. Sarah, like honestly, I think she closed maybe Sarah Meester.
Okay. Got
Amazing. Yeah. She got her teeth kicked in Q4. Like literally every single person she had fell off. Every single escrow she had fell off. Every buyer she had said they were going to wait, but she put in the work. And it was such a, like, there was moments where she could have easily quit. Like that is when you get that much, but we're here to support. We're like, come in. You're not doing this alone. We're here. We worked through as much as we could. And if it doesn't work, then she was still back out there every weekend. It's just a matter of like her knowing that like, hey, I can come back here and they're still going to support me to the next level.
Right.
She's closed, I think, 8 deals in Q1.
That's amazing.
Bro,
and this is not a veteran agent. This is someone, a younger agent in the industry.
Years?
Right.
2 years in the industry, 8 deals in Q1. Like, come on. Like her goal was 20 this year. And I'm like, she's going to crush that because she listened. She was there. Mm-hmm. She had the team support her. I mean, I could go through all of our Slack channel and it's like, fuck, I did this. This happened again. But rather than do that, she listened to the team, stayed with it. That's a really good one.
So you and just not to anecdote, but like you use those kind of platforms like Slack. Like everybody's on that. So do you have different groups on there that they have a listing group, a buyer group, like
all of it. So we used to run it on a text thread, and then we got that idea.
Oh
we were
like,
that's crazy. Not with 100 people. With like 20 people, it was good, but then it got too much. Your phone was constantly dinging. People were constantly sending stuff. So Slack is the jam. We have a general channel. We have like an open house channel. We break it down into whatever they need.
Right.
A social media channel. We have kind of everything in there you could possibly imagine. And then the cool thing about it too is this Slack helped us to alleviate time as well. Everything comes down to leverage and time. As a
Right.
leader in real estate, it's like, how can I leverage my time to be in the smartest place?
Right.
The smartest place always for me is not answering a contract question that
That's been asked
30
and answered 30 times
that
before.
30
Yes.
other people on the team can answer. So if they jump into the
True.
contract channel and they say, hey, which form do I do this for? They're going to get an immediate response rather than have to wait for me or Gil or someone else. And then like one of the 30 people on the team will jump in and be like, use the SIP form. You know what I mean? Versus like us having to do it.
We have the same, at my company, we have the same setup. And I can't tell you how often a question gets asked that I don't have to answer anymore because it's like 3 other people chime in with the same answer. I'm
Totally.
like, either we're doing something right or I'm there.
You're doing something. You're doing
than me.
something right. Yeah. Anytime you can have your team work with you, not just like have them work alongside of you. It's okay.
Empowering people. And that is what we're talking about here. Empowering people. So I think you told me that like somebody just basically called you guys out on the carpet in an informal meeting. It's like, hey, let's make a change here.
Oh yeah. Our like 100-year-old DAG logo. It was funny when we switched to real. And it was like one of those things that like it was one of those things that just randomly came up. And it was just like, I was talking to them about something. It was our transfer over to real. And they were like, what do you think about changing that logo? And I was like, oh shit, is our logo bad? So I looked at it and then we updated it.
You could have totally been like, had a different approach.
Yeah, I could have been like,
taking that on the shoulder.
yeah,
hey,
like
what are you talking about? What's wrong? Like,
what's wrong with my logo? And I'm like, you know what? That's actually a great idea. Let's
it.
rebrand the company and everything when we switch over. And everything looks great now. It's clean. It's modern. Like it was their ideal though.
What an ability to, that's just, again, testament to your leadership and not blowing smoke at you. For somebody to be able to not explode, not take it personally, but to look inward and go like, you know what, that's probably a good idea. Maybe let's change it.
Yeah.
And then actually go through a full change. It isn't like, hey, like let's go from donuts to bagels. It's like the logo on everything.
The rebranding your entire company. You're like, oh, that's great. But I love it. Like I love that we did it. I love what we built. I love that we created and it's awesome. And it was an ideal of one of our team members that just threw it out in a meeting. And I was like, oh, that's kind of smart. Like,
again, testament to
I think we have to get out of our own heads as leaders.
Yeah.
Because we get so emotional and what
it's my baby. It's my thing.
Right. No, you didn't. Like you don't know what other people are seeing. Like it's so good to get a different idea.
Perspective is huge. You're right. You cannot replicate what somebody else's perception on what you're doing, how you're doing. I think it's going great. Is it really going great?
Is it? Yeah. We get feedback from people all the time. Like we love to get feedback from our leaders, from our team. Like I love to get the feedback on those things. It's great.
All right, let's talk about when it crashes and burns. Like what happens? Give me an example of like when something's gone wrong and how you guys handled it.
Yeah.
Like again, we're talking culture, we're talking family. What happens? Give me an example of something going wrong.
So like I think one of the biggest things learning lessons that we had where something went crazy wrong was having the wrong person in the wrong position.
Gotcha.
It was an operations position that handled so much with the team. Our vision was like, hey, and I remember at that point it was like DAG 150, like DAG 150. And I think it was DAG 100 then. I think we were at like 40 agents. So we were trying to go to 100.
Okay.
And the person that was in that role didn't have the same mindset. So if you don't have that same mindset, you're not going to be creating the systems or you're not going to be working for a 100-person team. You're going to be working for a 30-person team, which is a completely different role, if that makes sense. Like it's completely different. So inspecting, I think I told you, inspecting what you expect is huge. There's a moment where you're like, okay, everybody has their roles. I'm not going to look at it. Let me just back away. I'm going to run it here. You got that. But if you're not on the same page, shit's going to go sideways. So that was one of our learning lessons years ago. It's like, dude, always inspect what you're expecting. Like make sure that everybody on the team has the same mindset, because when things separate and you look and you're like, what the hell is happening here? Like this should have stopped at like 10 people. Why are we still doing that for 50? Like that has to change. Like that had to change.
I relate to that very well. That's from my time in the Marine Corps. That's 100% all the time as leaders. Like inspect what you expect. And more importantly, because you may think it's going right, but when you look under the hood, you're like, yikes.
Exactly.
Yikes.
Exactly. You got to look at it. And that's why even now, we still have to do checks and balances to make sure people are doing what they're supposed to do. Our leaders, our team, our mentors, like all of them, we want to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. So we have them show us, not like, and I'm not a micromanager in any way, shape, or form.
I micromanage the shit out of something if you give me the opportunity.
But I don't like to micromanage people. I want you, this is your role. You were put in it for a reason. Roll with it. Like this is your baby. Like I'm giving you free reign of it. Like, but we're going to do checks and balances every once in a while to make sure that those things are where they need to be.
I love it.
And we have the right people in the right roles right now.
The right people, the right roles, empowering them, but having guardrails so it doesn't go off.
You have to do checks and balances. You have to do weekly, and I think as a leader, it's got to be like weekly, for those people who are in like super
Right.
control, and then minimum monthly for those people who are like, for my pod leaders, I look at it. I mean, we download weekly to see where we are,
Got it.
but there's real coaching like at least once a month.
Got it.
Where
Got it.
I'm just really getting like into it with them.
It makes sense, talking to different members of the team, whether higher headquarter level more than the next level down.
Yeah.
So I want to wrap this because we've been going. I want to wrap this with challenges. What have you seen the biggest challenges that you're working to overcome? And then we'll close it with your lasting piece of advice for somebody who wants to start a team in this industry.
So challenges, I mean, the challenge for a lot of leaders that we had to learn too is like understanding the different personalities of people. Like everybody's not going to learn the same.
Yep.
They're not going to learn the same. They're not going to speak the same. So being able to communicate with everyone on their level, that was a game changer for us. That's a huge challenge. Still to this day, like you still have to deal with personalities.
Yeah.
And like some may be like here, some may be super emotional, and just dealing with that is always, and I don't know if it's a challenge, but it's always something to strive for and something to work on. So that's something for us. Piece of advice.
But before you wrap it with a piece of advice, that personality part. Yeah. No one is exactly the same. We are not robots. And if you think that you're going to continue to push the square peg in the round hole, you've lost your mind as a leader.
You lost it. You have to be able to communicate with them how they're going to attain the information.
How it's going to click.
So it's really funny. Like our leadership team, if you go across it, like Dean is a driver. I'm kind of a driver expressive. Allie is 100% expressive. Gil is analytical.
Yeah.
So like if you talk to any of us, like Gil only he'll intake information by numbers and facts and data.
Yeah. Don't give him emotional stuff.
Allie's like, bro, Allie's like, how do I win and how do I party? And Dean is like, how do I get from point A to B the fastest with the least amount of like whatever. So it's like watching just our leadership team. It's kind of bananas just watching everybody and how we roll. But it works because then people on the team also have their out. Certain people come to Dean, certain people come to me, other people go to Gil because they understand.
30 seconds. You want to be a successful team leader, or you're thinking about starting a team and jumping off that cliff.
Yeah.
One piece of advice.
It's not about you. Nothing in your team is about you. You may be a rainmaker, you may be that, but if you want to truly have a good real estate team with a great culture, make it about them.
That's probably the most impactful statement that I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
Had some great people on the pod. That was probably the best thing I've heard. Kudos to you.
Thanks.
Afroditi Aguilar.
Thanks.
Dean Aguilar Group. Thank you so much.
You're amazing.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in to the CashFlow Podcast. Check us out. Spotify, Apple, YouTube. We'll see you next week.
Bye.